Welcome back to Absolutely the Best Podcast, a work in progress. I'm Zach, and with me today is my good friend George.
Hey.
This is Series 1, Episode 27, and today we're talking about the Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special.
It's the holidays already.
I also left some extra notes in here. From November 25th, 2022. This is a bonus episode, so we won't be ranking it or playing Infinity Saga Trivial Pursuit Poker. As a reminder, we assume the listener has seen the movie or special feature in this case before, and of course there will be spoilers. But first, I did have a couple of things for Endgame I wanted to follow up on. We talked about this a bit in the Discord, so if you're not in the Discord, you're missing out. I guess you're going to be caught up now. Pretty much right after we published the Endgame episode, there was two shorts that showed up in my Instagram feed relevant to it. One was where they're basically suggesting that when they're trying to get the Infinity Gauntlet to the van in like the final battle, right? Peter Parker gives the gauntlet at one point to Captain Marvel. Why didn't she just put it on and do a snap then? Right. And I figure we were pretty close to sorting that out in the middle of the episode, because we had talked earlier in the movie about how Thor was actually a good choice to do the snap, except that he was having a lot of issues and was a drunk. So then Hulk was the obvious next best choice. And I believe it was you who's like, what if Captain Marvel was there? And I can't believe we didn't put it together later on. That
like, why wasn't she there earlier?
Yeah. Well, not that why wasn't she there earlier? But because we did talk about that. But when she did show up, why didn't she just put it on and snap away Thanos' army? It would be a lot less cooler. I'll give you that. But I've seen that movie, I don't know how many times, well over a dozen times, and never thought of that before.
Yes.
So again, I feel like it should have been second place, but
it's still really good.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. I chalk it up to having blinders on. Same thing for the writers, probably. They were trying to get to the point where Tony was going to make the snap and just kind of glossed over that.
It was Captain America picking up Mjolnir. I think everybody was just blinded by that.
Yeah, everybody's still stoked on that. The other short that I saw is an alternate scene where Hawkeye and Black Widow get the Soul Stone, and Thanos is there with his army trying to stop them from getting it, and they need to fight their way to the cliff edge, and then eventually she's able to throw herself off. I think we both agreed that the theatrical version is much better. I don't think this even makes any sense, this version that was the unreleased clip or whatever it is.
What would Thanos be doing there?
Not just what would he be doing there, but how is he there? Because he's supposedly on Morag getting the 2023 Nebula at the same time. Right?
Yeah.
So also, there's no way that Black Widow and Hawkeye would stand a chance against Thanos and his army alone. Like
Budapest.
they would have been destroyed.
Budapest.
Yeah, I guess, whatever. I guess we never saw what they did in Budapest. What was I going to say? Oh, also, so if that were to happen, then Clint gets the Soul Stone. It's not like Thanos is just going to let him go. I mean, maybe if he's quick enough, he could have snapped back to the future at that point, but I don't know.
But even then, he'd have an Infinity Stone, and Thanos wouldn't.
Right? What's your point there?
So wouldn't he be able to use the Soul Stone on Thanos? Because it's not like the Power Stone, where the Power Stone was just so powerful that like you had to be like celestial.
But I don't think the Soul Stone does much either. Remember we talked about that too, where it just helped Thanos identify which was the real Doctor Strange.
Wouldn't it make him feel feelings or something?
I don't know if that's going to help.
What was the point of the whole Soul Stone anyway? In the beginning.
But anyways, I just wanted to talk about that real quick. And there was one other thing I saw that I thought was kind of interesting. Brie Larson's real name is not Brie Larson.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So it was like some news story that popped up on my feed, and I was dumb enough to click on it. But she said I think it's just a stage name. I don't think she legally changed it. I'm not really sure how stage names work, but she said that she changed her last name because it's too difficult to pronounce. Her name is Brienne de Saulnier, which I didn't think was. That's like Desaulniers. It's obviously French. I don't know. I didn't think it was particularly hard to pronounce, and I think it sounds cool. But Brie Larson is also fine.
Easier to write out, I guess.
Yeah. Anyways, just a little sidetrack there. Because this is probably going to be a short episode because the whole Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special is like 45 minutes, and that includes some credits. So.
Yeah.
All right.
And
so
what was on one stayer? It was one stayer, right?
Yes. So now, do you want to kick off the movie memories, special feature memories?
Yeah. Sure. I don't have any because I didn't even remember. I don't think I even realized it was coming out until I think you told me. And then so I watched it, and I was like, "Oh, this is cute." And Kevin Bacon's pretty cool.
You don't remember watching it when it was new, basically 2 years ago, I think.
I just remember liking it because it was one of those. It was like it was a very campy Guardians of the Galaxy, fun jaunt through space type of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's all pretty much that's pretty much what I remember from that first viewing.
Yeah, I thought it was nice to have while we were waiting for Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. I remember liking it despite hating Christmas. I'm a pretty huge Scrooge.
I didn't know that about you.
Yeah, well, I think you said something similar about yourself, which I did not know about you. Are you also a Scrooge?
I think having kids has made me less of a Scrooge.
It's forced me to fake it more that I'm less of a Scrooge.
I have a link to a Santa AI. Oh, the boys are the kids are a little bit too old for Santa, or do they?
I told my younger son, probably I don't know, like a month or so ago when he lost a tooth. It wasn't his first tooth; it was I don't know, fourth or fifth tooth.
Yeah.
And he was asking a lot of questions, and I don't know. I always felt bad for lying to them, and I finally told him that there was no. Spoiler alert for the listener: there's no Tooth Fairy, there's no Santa Claus, there's no Easter Bunny. So, but anyways, I told him that, and he handled it pretty well. He's a little more sensitive, and I kind of was expecting him to be mad at me for lying to him for all these years, but he handled it pretty well.
Right.
Yeah.
We'll have to have this conversation another time because this is a pretty interesting one. I didn't know.
You did not know about Santa, or you didn't know about my kids?
The Tooth Fairy. I didn't know what the Tooth Fairy.
Well, I still sneak in there and put the money under your pillow when you lose a tooth. Let's get into the credits. Who made it? The Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special. It's actually the second Marvel Studios special presentation. The first one being Werewolf by Night. And I think we'll have to do that one sometime too. That's another short one, I think.
Wait, what's the difference between this Werewolf by Night and then the rest of the Disney Plus shows like Vision?
I don't know. This is just a special presentation.
Yeah.
It's one episode and one season only. I don't know.
Got it.
It was written and directed by James Gunn, of course. He came up with the idea while making Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. And supposedly it was originally developed for ABC. I think, this is a total guess on my part, I think it's because he was fired from Disney. And so
was he fired
after Volume 2? So he came up with the idea during Volume 2, and then when he got fired after Volume 2, and then I think he was going to develop it for ABC. But I don't know how he would have been able to take the Guardians of the Galaxy franchise with him. So I don't think that would have worked. So I don't think I'm right, but I couldn't find any reasoning behind that.
Interesting.
The main characters are pretty much the same cast as the first two Guardians of the Galaxy movies, minus Zoe Saldana as Gamora.
That was my big gripe with this
movie. Yeah, but she's the alternate universe Gamora, right? So she hasn't fallen in love with Peter Quill yet.
Right.
We have some additional characters. We have Kevin Bacon, played by Kevin Bacon. I love that he did this. I was thinking, I don't know what made me think of it, but I feel like David Hasselhoff probably would have also done it. Like if they couldn't get Kevin Bacon, maybe he would have been the fallback plan or whatever, but this is definitely the better choice.
Oh man, so much better.
Yeah.
Plus, like Kevin Bacon gets mentioned by like Spider-Man and everybody else.
Yeah.
Like a couple of times too. So
Kevin Bacon's wife, Kira Sedgwick, makes an appearance as the voice of Kevin Bacon's wife, Kira Sedgwick. The old 97s as Bzurmikatakalak in the Nowhere Men. It's a long, difficult name to pronounce.
I'm not even trying.
Yeah, this is the alien band on Nowhere. I don't know the old 97s, but I feel like they are good here. It was entertaining.
Yeah.
Shout out to Maria Bakalova, who did the voice and motion capture for Cosmo the Space Dog. If I recall, up to this point, Cosmo only showed up in the background of one of the scenes at the collector's place in the first Guardians movie. I remember pointing the dog out at one point, but I can't remember where it was exactly. And then Cosmo has a much bigger part coming up in Volume 3.
3 was such a good one.
I think so. But sometimes some of these rewatches, I'm like, oh, this isn't as good as I remember.
Yeah, I'm hoping it holds on to.
Yeah, I think so.
Being good.
I think so. So let's get into the movie. Right off the bat, the Marvel special presentation thing reminded me of the old HBO special presentation opening. You know what I'm talking about?
Sometimes I watch that on YouTube.
You just watch it? Is it?
No, because the song is a dun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that song. Yeah. It reminds me of my childhood for some reason.
Now it's playing in my head.
Yeah.
Nice. I had forgotten that the beginning of this movie was animated. You have a young Peter Quill with Kraglin setting up a little Christmas tree and presents for all the Ravagers. Yondu is a super Scrooge and tells them to get rid of it all or they're going to be cleaning the latrines for the rest of the year. Which that doesn't sound like that big a threat to me. I mean, it's near Christmas, right? How many days are left in the year? I mean, I don't want to clean the latrines any day, but it's not that big a deal.
Also, what's a year in space?
Another good point. I guess maybe it could be a very long time. Maybe I'm way off on this. Yondu is my spirit animal because he trashes all the Christmas stuff and yells, "I hate Christmas." Then we cut to Nowhere, present-ish day, and Kraglin is telling Nebula, Drax, and Mantis, and that's how Yondu ruined Christmas forever. And this is their new headquarters on Nowhere.
I liked that beginning. It reminded me of like the old Christmas specials. I don't know if you remember. Remember those like not the stop motion animated like Rudolph's Red-Nosed Reindeer and Kris Kringle ones, but like the cartoon ones.
Yeah,
that animation style was totally the same.
That's exactly what they were going for. That's what James Gunn wanted for that.
Oh, okay.
So you
mission accomplished.
Read right into it. So this is where we have the band, Bizmiktakalak and the Nowhere Men. It's a band of aliens who wrote a highly accurate song about Santa being a superhuman burglar, which made me laugh. There's quite a few.
That was a good song.
Yeah, quite a few funny lines in it. Like, if you're on his naughty list, he shoots missiles at your toes. That was good. Peter Quill seems flustered by the total misunderstanding of Christmas, as well as other things, I'm sure, because he's still, I think, reeling from the loss of Gamora.
Also, he killed his dad previously.
Also, yeah, that's got to be something you don't bounce back from immediately. It only occurred to me while rewatching this that Peter didn't really have time to mourn Gamora between Infinity War and Endgame because he had blipped, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it kind of makes...
that's right.
Yeah,
he just found out about it.
Yeah, and so like I feel like it kind of makes the line, "I thought I lost you" in Endgame, like a little less impactful. Like I feel like he hadn't even processed it yet. The way he says it, it makes you feel like it's been 5 years of mourning, but he wasn't around for those 5 years. Anyways, Mantis wants to do something special for Peter because he seems so bummed out, and she's his half sister apparently. This was not revealed prior, right? I don't think so. Okay, so they just dropped that on you here. Peter doesn't know it yet. Only Drax knows.
He was surprisingly funny in this movie.
Drax?
In this special, yeah.
Oh,
Drax.
he's always funny. That's why I like this so much. And I think I have this later on. I apologize if I repeat myself, but Mantis and Drax, I think, are my favorite of the Guardians of the Galaxy, especially together, which is, I think, what makes this special work for me. And speaking of, I had a good laugh at Drax and the Zargnuts.
Maybe if we gave Peter a really wonderful Christmas gift, it would make him happy.
Well, we could give him those Zargnuts, except you ate them all.
Get over the Zargnuts!
So the two of them, Mantis and Drax, decide that it would be a good idea to give Quill Kevin Bacon for Christmas to cheer him up. And I think that this is such a stupid idea that it's great, and it works.
I mean, those are some pretty great friends that would resort to kidnapping.
Yes.
to make you happy.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? I know what the problem is with your mic, buddy. It's backwards.
What is it?
You got the gold dot in the back.
Oh, there we go.
Oh my God, you sound so much better.
I totally hear it now. Yeah.
My bad. That's all right.
Weird.
I was like, man, it sure sounds muffled, but it's right in front of his face. Okay.
I think I move it around too much, and then it just moved over.
Yeah. All right, we should be good now.
There we go.
All right, nice and clear. So they take the Bowie to Earth, and did that catch your ear? The Bowie. I mean, obviously
after the musician.
Yeah, but I mean, like, what ship did you think they had? Because I was like, what happened to the Milano?
Oh, it was definitely not the Milano, because the Bowie had it looked kind of like a, what is it, the chimney sweep thing?
Oh, the bellows.
That's the way. Yeah, the bellows. Yeah, that's what it reminded me of.
Okay.
Because it would expand and contract like horizontally.
Okay.
I don't remember what happened to Milano. I assumed it was busted up during the Avengers fight, because wasn't it on the grounds when the missiles hit?
Okay, so you are just as in the dark as I was.
Yeah.
It was left behind on Bearheart in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. When they crash on that planet where Ego finds them, they never went back for it, which I find very difficult to believe, because it was Peter's ship, right? I don't know why they didn't go back for it. It wasn't damaged beyond repair, right?
But what was the spaceship that Tony and
exactly. So I thought that they had the Milano in Infinity War and Endgame, but that's apparently the Benatar, which they acquired off screen at some point. So I don't know. I had no idea about that. And then they got the Bowie because it's bigger than the Benatar. I don't know. This is all just stuff I found in various Marvel sources. But I
knew the ship in the third one was definitely not the Milano, because I had like the three.
It was a lot bigger
separating
too,
pods and stuff. Yeah.
I think that's still the Bowie, but I'm not positive. But yeah, I thought it was the Milano in Infinity War and Endgame, but I guess not. So a few jump points later, and Drax and Mantis arrive on Earth. And let's see. This is where I had the note about they're my favorite. They walk around Hollywood seeking out Kevin Bacon. They see people dressed up as Avengers. You see Steve Rogers, Captain Marvel, Black Widow. Also a guy dressed up as a GoBot.
I saw the beatdown.
Yeah, and
awesome.
Drax gets super agitated because apparently a GoBot killed his cousin, according to Mantis. And this is the first indicator to me that this is not really an MCU canon movie, because
why? GoBots?
Because GoBot, like, I don't know if she was just joking or what, but like I don't know, why would there be GoBots in the MCU?
I don't know.
So
that beatdown held a special place in my heart, because I almost got into a fight about GoBots when I was a kid.
Because you thought they were better than Transformers?
No, because I said that Robotech was my favorite robot movie.
Robotech is really cool, and the toys are really cool, but that's just like a space drama, right?
No.
Oh no,
Robotech had like especially the Battloids with the armor. They had like a bazillion missiles popping out of nowhere.
I feel like we talked about this before. I feel like we talked about this before, and I'm confusing Robotech with something else. But so the thing I'm remembering, it was like this enormous space battleship that could turn into like a Gundam, essentially.
No,
that's not Robotech.
Well, I mean, it was like a big space aircraft carrier that turned into a robot.
Yeah, that's not a Gundam.
Yeah, no.
Okay,
Gundam's a totally separate series.
All right, I thought Gundam was just like a space robot that could turn into something like a ship.
Oh no, no. Most Gundams are just like in that robot form. The cool thing about
That's
Robotech
boring.
and that whole series was they look like F-14s, and then they transformed into that Guardian mode, and then they turned into the robot mode, that full robot
But there was
mode.
a huge like battleship looking thing, right? And it didn't always like it almost never transformed into a robot, but like once or twice it did, right?
Yeah.
Okay. That's okay. That's what I was watching.
Yeah, that was Robotech.
Yeah. I don't know. I remember it being like very long and drawn out, but I don't know. Those are some fuzzy memories. I was like, 4th or 5th grade, maybe.
Yeah, I was just glad. It was just funny seeing Drax beat up the GoBot because of that memory.
Drax also gets mistaken for the god of war, and then they make a bunch of money by charging tourists to take their picture with him. Do you think they think that he is Kratos from the Game of War video games, or
That's what I was thinking.
Ares from the Greek mythology? I was thinking it's got to be Kratos, right? But he doesn't have a beard.
It's got to be Kratos because Ares hasn't made an appearance yet.
Yeah.
In the MCU.
Yeah. Well,
so it has
neither has Kratos, but I mean,
that's what I'm saying.
I assume the video games
I think
are.
They were just. Yeah, I think that they were crossing over like timelines, like Kratos in 2024 or 2020, whenever this was. Kratos did exist in the video game.
Yeah, I
video
gotcha.
game world, but MCU wise,
so
Ares hadn't made us.
Did they think he was shaved Kratos?
Huh?
Did they think he was shaved Kratos? Doesn't Kratos have a big beard?
I thought Kratos had. Yeah, Kratos had a beard, but I was gonna say Kratos was also bald. But Kratos was also tattooed like Drax. Too.
Yeah. He's definitely got that coloring.
Yeah.
So Drax and Mantis go to a club. They get pretty shitty and party all night. And then some lady tries to sell them a map to the Stars' homes. But then Mantis uses her power to get the map for free and then to get the map lady's money because they spent all theirs in the club. Drax and Mantis use the map to find Kevin Bacon's house. He's home chilling when they show up. It was pretty funny when Drax throws Mantis over the gate and then he hops it himself. They break in and chase Kevin Bacon around his house to try to catch him. This is the low point for me. I didn't like this part. It was a little too silly, even for what this is. And I really didn't care for Mantis jumping around like Nightcrawler. Like it looked bad.
It looked too CGI.
Yeah, it was really not great.
Because she hadn't moved like that in any of the other movies,
right? Yeah, there was no precedent.
Right.
The chase continues into the streets where they're confronted by cops. Did you recognize the female cop?
No.
It's did you ever watch Scrubs?
Oh, was it Zach Braff's girlfriend?
No, it was who's Zach Braff's best friend's girlfriend.
Oh.
It's Carla is the name of the nurse.
Carla. Yeah.
Nurse Espinosa.
I was wondering. That's right.
Judy
That's
Reyes.
why she looked familiar.
Yeah. A cab. So the cops open fire on Drax, but it just makes him laugh because it tickles. Meanwhile, Mantis does an end run and takes the cops out from behind. She's a pretty good fighter too. She puts them all to sleep one by one.
Yeah. I wonder if she's bulletproof.
I don't know. I mean, this goes back to what we were saying about Peter. I forget when we were talking about it. It must have been an Endgame. We were talking about if Peter was still godlike, even though Ego was dead.
Right.
So I think
like her,
I feel like partly
she's half something else. So
yeah, I guess that other something else could be extra powerful too. Mantis makes Kevin Bacon want to go with them, and the first stop is a Christmas decoration shop, and then they go back to the ship. From there, they are en route back to nowhere, and Mantis and Drax make some small talk with Kevin Bacon, and I think this is the best part of the special feature.
Are you friends with the Fawns?
Who?
The Fawns.
Fonz, he's a hero, like you.
Have the two of you ever had a team up?
Oh, well, Alphonse's real name is Henry Winkler, and I do know him. He's a very nice guy. Would you consider grabbing dinner like one time and team up?
No. Eating together is not a team up.
Tell us, what was it like when you had to save the small town by dancing like an idiot?
Oh, well, that wasn't me. That was a character that I played, Red McCormick, in the movie Footloose.
What? What about when you fought and defeated the super strong masked killer Jason Voorhees in the woods?
Yeah.
Nope. Again, not me. Just a character I played. And he didn't actually kill Jason. He got stabbed through the neck with an arrow. Yeah.
He's an actor! He's never actually saved anyone.
But actors are repugnant.
I know.
I wish that they had a Henry Winkler cameo in this somewhere. That would have been really cool.
That would have been awesome.
I feel like they could have got that too. And then they realize that he's an actor, and actors are repugnant, they say.
Yes.
So because of that, Mantis now uses her powers to make Kevin Bacon think that he's a real hero.
Hello, I'm the Batman. Hello, I'm Bruce Wayne.
Who is Bruce Wayne?
No! Don't be someone else. Be Kevin Bacon, but like if you didn't suck.
I wonder if her power is stronger after she like layers it on and on
Yeah, and like how long will it just go on indefinitely
until she releases
or does
him
it
from
slowly wear off?
that.
Probably
Yeah.
depends on the person or creature that she does it to. Because like obviously with Ego, she couldn't keep him she was actively trying to keep him asleep, right?
Yeah.
So it's got to depend on how powerful. I guess humans were pretty dumb, easily manipulated.
I mean, facts.
That's what I was getting at. So back on Nowhere, Mantis and Drax surprise Peter with the Christmas decorations they got from the store that they raided, and Peter's overwhelmed with emotions. I forgot that the Smashing Pumpkins did a Christmas song, like Christmas Time Has Come or something. That's what's playing here.
Yeah, I thought this whole scene was really awesome.
It's a good scene, yeah.
Yeah.
Then Peter finds out about Kevin Bacon, and
The box.
yeah, they bring him over in a box. That's right. And Drax misreads Peter's reaction,
It's Kevin Bacon. He's not a loser. He's great. We don't hate him at all.
which I thought was pretty funny. Peter makes Mantis take Kevin Bacon out of the trance, and then he freaks out. Then Kraglin is tasked with bringing Kevin Bacon back to Earth. So aboard the Bowie, before they take off, Kraglin explains to Kevin Bacon that he taught Peter Quill how to be a hero, meaning that Peter Quill saw him in movies, and that's how he learned to be a hero.
Specifically, he saw him in Footloose.
Yes.
And that's how he actually became the greatest superhero in the universe.
Yes, but Peter saved the entire galaxy by dancing. And Drax and Mantis were just hoping Kevin Bacon could bring the spirit of Christmas back to Peter.
So touching.
Yeah. I mean, it's good motivation. Maybe not the best actions. This is enough to convince Kevin Bacon to stay for a little bit, and he sings a song with the band. And while that's going on, Peter Quill gives Groot a Game Boy. Nebula gives Rocket Bucky's arm. Again, I'm saying that this is not canon, so calm the fuck down, nerds. Of course, Bucky's...
Wait, what are the nerds saying?
Oh, like the in the Thunderbolts trailer, they're like, how does Bucky still have that arm when it was given to Rocket in the Guardians of the Galaxy Christmas special? And I'm just like, these are different things. I don't even really necessarily think that the MCU TV shows are 100% canon, but they're definitely a lot closer.
Yeah.
And
Plus, I mean, it's not like it's attached to him.
Right.
It could be more than one arm.
Could be more than one arm. Maybe Rocket gave it back. Maybe it's a fake arm. Like,
Right.
People just like, I'm not one to talk, but people are like looking for a reason to be upset about stuff. And that's all I do on this show. But
Why do
that's
people
me.
tell us to touch grass?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, they do. We get that in the comments.
I know. But I'm saying, like, compared to like that kind of a gripe, geez.
Yeah. Anyways, Cosmo brings Kraglin a dead chewed up Orloni, and those are the rat things from the beginning of Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. Mantis gives Drax an elf decoration that he liked so much at the Bacon household. And then Groot passes out some homemade, like, diorama looking things from stuff that just happened.
Handmade.
So I don't know. I don't know how he managed that. Like, stuff from like 5 minutes ago. But, the silly Christmas special, I can let that go. Maybe that's the joke. Then Kevin Bacon gives Peter a big hug and wishes him well. And Nebula says,
Wow. I guess all actors aren't complete pieces of shit.
Sometimes her lines are pretty great too.
oh yeah, I like Nebula a lot. So then Mantis is talking to Peter and she explains her motivations. She says she knows Yondu ruined Christmas for him and she wanted to get Kevin Bacon to save it for him. And Peter says that maybe Kraglin didn't remember how that story ended. And then we get a little bit more cartoon where Yondu fishes his present out of the trash and opens it. And it's, I don't know, it looks kind of like Grogu to me, but it's like a little green troll doll.
It's the troll doll, yeah.
Yeah.
It's the one from Guardians of the Galaxy 1.
Is it the same one?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I think so. I'm pretty sure it is.
I'll take your word for it. Then Yondu leaves a present for Peter, and it's the blasters that Peter has still to this day. And then we go back to the not a cartoon part, where Mantis tells Peter that Ego is also her father, so they are siblings. And he says that finding out he has a sister is the greatest Christmas gift that he could ever get. And I'm kind of like, not even if Gamora came back and fell in love with you again.
Right.
But I guess realistically, that's the greatest Christmas present he could ever get.
At the end of Endgame, Thor took off with them, right?
Yep.
So is this after Love and Thunder?
No, it's between Endgame and it's between something in Love and Thunder.
And he said
Oh,
Endgame
man,
and Black Widow, right? Or no?
I remember reading. Let me just look it up again real quick.
Oh, but then, yeah, you said that this might not be canon because then it doesn't matter where Thor was.
No, but I mean, I feel like it is at least consistent because there's something about when it was set. Let me find that real quick. I'll cut a lot of this out. It is set between. Oh, it is after Love and Thunder, so it's between Thor, Love and Thunder, and Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. I guess I'm confused because we're doing it technically out of order.
Right.
But
okay, that makes sense. So Thor wasn't with them anymore.
yeah.
Got it.
All right. So then I guess I forgot Love and Thunder came out before Volume 3. Right? Okay. Anyways, we got that squared away. So anyways, that's pretty much it. There's a final cartoon clip of Peter sitting next to Yondu as they fly across the galaxy, and then you get credits. Then in a post-credit sequence, Rocket has decorated Groot, who's holding his arms out like Jesus. Groot puts his arms down and all the decorations fall off. Cosmo's there and says that Groot ruined Christmas. And Rocket says now they need to have another special. And I don't think we're getting one because James Gunn left to do the DCU. But hopefully he'll make it good. Is it DCU or DCEU?
DCU.
Okay.
DCEU was the Snyderverse.
Okay, so it is going to be totally different.
Yep.
All right. Excellent. So that takes us to changes. I don't have a lot. I would say I don't like the part where Mantis jumps around like crazy, so I would get rid of that. And I feel like it's weird that Groot's gifts are from 5 minutes earlier. But, neither one of those things bothered me that much.
Yeah. I think mine were only... I think Gamora, I know that she's out there somewhere, and yeah, she didn't go off to Love and Thunder with them and stuff, but I don't know. I still wish that she'd kind of come back or something.
She could have showed up. Yeah, she could have showed up at the end.
Yeah,
just, coincidentally or whatever. I don't think
she is in
3,
right?
Oh yeah, she's in 3.
Yeah, she's in 3 because she starts feeling the family thing, family feeling.
Yeah, I feel like they don't quite get back together in that, but I feel like it's hinting towards that happening in the future.
Oh, I took that as it was closure for Pete.
Oh, maybe. I don't know. I got to rewatch it. We will someday.
We will, yeah. Okay. I'll leave it at that. And then more of a buff Groot or yolk Groot, or I guess the kids were calling him Swole Groot. I kind of wish that there was more of him.
Yeah, he was barely in this, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Kind of at the end.
He's just super yoked like a stout
he was, yeah,
teenager.
he was pretty ripped. So I'm going to call this part final thoughts, I guess. We aren't doing a ranking. So I just want to say I did really enjoy this. It's a little bit too silly, but it's a holiday special. So what do you want? And again, I don't think of it as MCU canon. I think of it, to me, it's more like a what if episode. But,
What, did you at least feel any kind of holiday cheer?
reluctantly, yes.
Then it did its job.
Yeah. Did you have any final thoughts on it?
I thought it was really sweet, especially the part where it feels against all odds Mantis and Quill had discovered that them not only were they really family from as a team, but the two of them were truly actually family.
Yeah.
I thought that was pretty neat.
Yeah. All right. Well, now, normally I would have prepared a quiz or something, but I was feeling lazy, and so I Googled a Scrooge test. And so if you have the link, let's look at the BuzzFeed what percent Scrooge are you test, and then I don't know, we can just trade off reading the questions, but we'll both answer them on our own computers and get the results at the end. All right, so I'll read the first one. When do you start decorating for Christmas? As soon as possible, mid-December, not until Christmas Eve, or never? And my answer is not on there. I wait till at least the day after Thanksgiving, preferably not until December 1st.
Same.
So I'm going to have to say, I'm not going to say as soon as possible. I'm going to say mid-December.
But isn't as soon as possible more accurately?
All right, as soon as possible. Oh, wait, I can't undo it. All right, what if I reload it? Yeah, okay. All right, I'll say as soon as possible. That's going to make me less Scroogey, though. All right, you read the next one?
Have you ever seen a ghost? The answer or the options are I haven't, yes, and they warned me about the error of my ways.
I haven't. I also feel like
You haven't?
that's also going to make me not Scroogey. But
I'm actually putting a yes.
You've seen a ghost?
Well, because as a kid, I think I saw something when I was at a camp in Hawaii somewhere.
All right, but ghosts aren't
But
real.
I can't confirm that it wasn't a ghost.
Wait, I only have 2 questions. What the hell?
What?
Oh, which is
You
your,
don't have-
I see. The next one's pictures. I thought it was like it looked like a
Ad.
CAPTCHA or like an ad. Okay, so the next one. So, sorry, you said yes because you saw a ghost when you were a kid, even though they're not real?
I said yes because I thought it was a ghost as a kid, but
All
I
right.
still don't know that it wasn't.
All right. I'll let that one slide. Which is your favorite snowman? And we have like a fatty snowman with a hat and scarf and a carrot nose and all that. And then one that looks almost exactly like it, but from a different angle and a different scarf. And then one that looks like it came out of a Calvin and Hobbes comic strip with, I don't know, sticks for hair and stuff. And
one is the bare minimum.
Yeah, I'm going to go with that one. I like that one. Looks like a kid made it.
Ooh, okay. I went with the first one.
Okay. The classic snowman. What do you oh, sorry, you're next.
What do you think of Christmas films? Do you love them and think that they're great? That's not you, right?
No.
Are they fine but a little naff?
I don't know what that means. I guess bad.
Me neither. Are they poorly made and gross?
All right, so I got to go with fine but a little naff. I don't even know what that means. I definitely don't love them.
Either.
I definitely don't love them, but I don't think that they're poorly made and gross.
Wait, so do you watch Elf?
Yes.
Do you like Elf?
Yes, but I feel like I'm made to watch it.
But do you still enjoy it when you watch it?
Yeah, I never want to watch it, but then we put it on. I'm like, this is really funny.
Yeah. Okay. Well, so same here. I kind of end up watching it every Christmas, and I still enjoy it quite a bit every Christmas. Mostly because scenes like, say Elf one more time. That kind of stuff cracks me up.
I like when he first arrives in New York and he like
Yeah.
takes the gum off the subway rail.
That's
Chews
gross.
it. It's disgusting. Anyway, so wait, what did you answer for that one? What do you think of Christmas films?
I put fine, but a little naff.
Okay, same. All right. Do you put Christmas lights up outside? Of course, we go out. We go all out with a big light display. I put up a few fairy lights, or that's way too much effort.
Honestly, that's just way too much effort for me.
You don't put any lights up outside?
Nope.
Oh, man. Man, you're going to be more of a Scrooge than me.
Because if I do that, I'm not taking it down.
I don't know. I'm pretty good about taking it down. I do put up a few fairy lights. We have some palm trees out front, and I'll wrap whatever.
Oh, that's right. You have. I've seen those.
Yeah. But yeah, you guys are kind of come again this year, right? Is my understanding. All right.
I believe so.
Sweet. All right. The next one is on you.
I just drive, man. I go where they tell me.
Yeah. That's probably the best way to handle it.
Yeah. Do you send out Christmas cards? The first answer is I do. The second answer is I don't, but I donate the money I would spend on cards to charity. Number 3 is no, that's way too much effort.
The answer I would give is yes, because my wife makes me. So I guess that's I do.
Right.
She does most of the work, to be fair. So I can't say no, that's way too much effort. It would be if I had to do it.
Cool. Luckily, my wife and I are on the same page on this.
You guys just don't
that's
do
way
it?
too much effort.
Yeah, nice.
But we do love the Christmas card. We do love the Christmas
I don't mind
card
receiving them at all. That's fine.
Yeah.
That's zero effort on my part.
Sometimes I look at everybody's and I'm like, should we be doing this? Am I a shitty husband / father for not sending these out?
You guys are both shitty parents.
I mean, I'll take the bullet there.
The best part is she's going to be listening to this at some point.
Oh, she's awesome. I love her so much.
Smooth. Complete this sentence. The most important thing in life is family, my own happiness,
Vin Diesel.
money. Family.
Yes, I was like waiting for you to say that the right way, man.
I should have. The most important thing in life is family, my own happiness, or money. Why not all three?
Yeah, this is really a trick question.
Yeah, my own happiness, it seems really self-centered, but you kind of get that from having a family that you like, and it sure is nice to have money.
Money makes it easier to provide for a family.
Money can't buy you happiness, but it sure lowers your stress level.
Exactly. I think this question is bullshit.
It is a total bullshit question. I'm going to say family because it seems the least selfish.
I'm going to answer what I think I'm supposed to answer.
Exactly. What society wants me to answer.
What do you think of the poor? Why do I have to read this one? That's a weird question. Second answer is poverty shouldn't exist and we should do everything in our power to stop it. 3, the poor are a nuisance.
That's cold. I'm going to edit this to make it sound like you said the poor are a nuisance.
Right.
It is a weird question. Go ahead.
No, I was going to say, for me, it's easy. Number 2, easily.
Yeah.
As snarky as I am.
Yeah, agreed. It is a weird question, but number 2 is the more correct answer. That society wants me to say. I get another picture one. Which is your favorite Christmas tree? There's a very classic tree, fully decorated, too close to a fire for my comfort, especially then there was a bunch of candles around it too, but whatever. And then in a house that looks very cozy and warm and Christmassy. Then you have one that's a little bit more like IKEA catalog Christmas tree. Not bad. And then you have like the Charlie Brown, mostly dead tree for the third option. My favorite one, I mean, I got to go with number 1 because if you're going to do a Christmas tree, you're going to go through the hassle of the Christmas tree.
Right.
You got to do it upright.
Do you have like a tree? Do you go through that whole cutting down a tree thing, lugging it on top of your car and driving it back home?
It's too expensive. Like as a kid we did, but like we could just go out in the woods and get a tree. And like my parents specifically would grow trees so you could cut one down in 10 years or whatever. But
Seems like
so
a lot of work.
Yeah, we have upgraded our tree. So for a long time, we just had, it was like a coil of tree branch with lights in it.
Right.
And you just like picked it up and it made like a cone shape. And there was a post on the middle that held it up. And that was our Christmas
I
tree
thought
for
that was
years.
the perfect tree because you just fold it up and put it in a drawer.
It's amazing. It's
and-
great.
Yeah.
And, but now that the kids are a little bit older, I feel like they need more of a tree. So we bought, I accidentally bought 2 Christmas trees.
Oh,
Because apparently I bought one like on clearance the day after Christmas 2 years ago. And then like a couple months before Christmas, I was like, I should get a new tree. And I bought one. And then I realized that I had already bought one. I tried to return the new one. They said, here's your money back. Just keep it. So we have 2 trees. So I did 1 tree last year. We're doing the other one this year.
I was gonna say you don't combine them into like
A massive tree. That's not a bad idea. That's next year. So anyways, which tree did you pick?
The first one, even though the second one kind of looks like the same as the first one with the lights off.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah. So which one did you pick, first or second?
The first
Yeah.
one. Yeah.
Just looks a little more cozy. Like I would sit in that chair
Yeah.
next to it and be pretty comfy.
Yeah.
That's as Christmassy
Like I feel like
as I
that
get.
second tree just got gypped by lack of environment.
Yeah, I agree. And I'll try to remember to put the link for this in the show notes in case anybody wants to play along. And maybe for majors, I'll try to squeeze the images into the MP3 file. We'll see. Merry Christmas, majors. You're up next.
Mine. What's your ideal Christmas day like? This feels like another loaded one. It's full of food, family, and laughter. Is the first question. Is the first answer. It's quiet, cozy, and full of Christmas films. Is the second one. And number 3, it's just me and no one bothering me. Well, the introvert in me
Yeah, I mean,
knows which one you'd go with. But I think between the first 2, I would actually probably go with the second one.
quiet, cozy, and full of Christmas films.
As long as quiet, cozy was my family.
I would say full of food, family, and laughter. Just because if I say it's just me and no one bothering me, people are going to know what an asshole I am. How often do you...
There's nothing wrong with that.
How often do you give to charity? Pretty regularly, not very often, or never? That's an easy one. Pretty regularly.
Oh, yours is pretty regular?
Yeah.
Like every year or like every month?
Well, are political causes charity?
No.
All right. I still...
I don't think so because they have money, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
My brother's kids, their school is always doing fundraisers, and I'll send stuff for them. I donate to our school, my kids' school all the time. Any of my friends who's like, I'm doing this for team and training or, whatever cause, I donate.
Okay. Well, shit, I didn't realize our kids' schools count as charity. I should have pretty regularly then.
Well,
I put not very.
You're just going to be more Scroogey, that's all.
I'm not as Scroogey as the guy that hit never. Or whoever hits never. Hey, man, inflation and salaries not rising with inflation.
You can donate like $1.
No, I know. I do.
That was like when I was doing fundraising, I was like, $1 is helpful. Whatever. Because a lot of people are like, I can't donate that much, so I'm not going to donate at all. It's like any amount helps.
Right.
Anyways, you got the next one, I think.
Oh, complete this sentence. For Christmas, I want A, to be with my loved ones. This is another stupid question. Yeah. All of the above. Yeah. To be with my loved ones, totally. A thoughtful gift, absolutely. Money, again, can't hurt.
Money is a thoughtful gift from your loved ones.
Money, right? Money could answer the whole thing.
Yeah.
But I'll go with 1.
Yeah, me too. I actually don't want a thoughtful gift. I don't want more stuff. And actually, my wife and I agreed this year not to get each other anything. I hope she honors that because she's not getting anything. I really don't want more stuff. I have a pile of stuff next to me from previous birthdays and Christmases that I just have not had time to use or watch or put together. Like, I don't need more stuff.
Mm.
If you could have your way, what would you do? If you could have your way, what would you do? Okay. If I could work my will, every idiot who goes about with Merry Christmas on his lips should be boiled with his own pudding and buried with a stake of holly through his heart. If everything was up to me, I would facilitate world peace. If I could have my way, I would win the lottery. This is another easy one. World peace.
Yeah.
That should be nice.
I mean, I'd also like to win the lottery and help facilitate world peace with the money that I could use to fly to the UN.
If I hadn't
facilitate it.
I was going to say, if I hadn't already clicked it, I might have changed my mind to I would win the lottery because that's more realistic than world peace. Unfortunately. But you know, I don't know. I assumed we were playing.
Are we those two old grumpy men, man? Is that us now?
I guess so.
When was the last time you laughed or smiled?
I've been doing it this whole time.
Right. Same. So I guess today is my answer.
Oh yeah, other answers being this week or I don't do that sort of thing.
I don't do that sort of.
Complete this sentence. In my spare time, I like to watch TV, laugh at others, count my money. All of the above.
Oh my God. I do like laughing at others.
I was about to say, I think I would pick laugh at others. I mean, my money's already counted. I don't keep cash, so I just got to look at the bank statement.
Yeah, seriously, who counts their money? Just look at a bank statement, right? Now, if that said swim in my money, that would be a different story.
Yes.
That I also would not be clicking.
Yes.
Oh, I get the picture one now.
Yep.
Choose some sweets. Gross. I'm going with the middle picture. I don't know what that first picture is. But
pillow
it looks like
mints.
a bunch of. Was it what?
They're called pillow mints.
Was it pillow mints?
Yeah, and they're kind of like a little bit chalky. This is something that my one of my sisters-in-law loves
Really?
them. Yeah, and like they were like she specifically wanted help finding some to give out her favors, part of the favors at their wedding.
Huh.
I think they have a funny texture. They taste okay.
Yeah.
They're just minty, but I don't know. I wouldn't seek those out. Anyway, so yeah, the first one is pillow mints, middle one's lollipops, and I don't know what the third thing is. It's like some kind of
They
striped.
look like caramels or something.
Yeah, it's like striped. It's white and brown striped hard candy, maybe. I think it's, I don't know. I'm assuming it's chocolate or root beer flavored. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But I'm going to go with the safe bet of lollipops in the middle.
Same. Are pillow mints, are those what do you call it? Pillow mints? Is that what you said?
Yeah, pillow mints.
Are those the same thing as those little heart? Is that the same candy stuff that those little heart thingies are made out of?
Not quite. These are like softer. They're not squishy, but they're easier to crush.
Okay.
But they are similar to that, yes. I'll send you some.
Got it. No, don't. I don't think I like any version of it.
No. Complete this sentence. Santa is the best guy in the world. Fine, I guess. Or a myth. And you know what I'm going to say.
Yeah.
A myth?
A myth.
Yeah.
But you know what? I'm going to keep it. I'm going to keep my kids. I'm going to keep the lie up with my kids for as long as I can.
Yeah. By the way, I have told my kids not to tell your kids.
Okay, good.
Can't promise you anything, but.
My oldest is already starting to suspect.
Yeah. That's how it started with my oldest he was like, oh, so-and-so said that there's no such thing as Santa Claus. And I was like, maybe it's time you find out.
Except I did send her that video, that AI video of Santa telling her to be a good girl.
Oh, nice.
And congratulating her on her tournament.
Nice.
So I think I've pushed it back a little bit more.
That's diabolical, George.
No, what's diabolical was me saying, I know you were doing this and making it look like Santa was really like watching her on stuff.
Yeah.
But I guess there were safeguards in place to keep parents from doing that because that got rejected.
That's funny.
Next question. What is your dream career? Teacher. I do not have the temperament to be one.
No.
I just don't want to be poor. Yes, I do not. Banker. Ooh.
Yeah, I just don't want to be poor.
I just don't want to be poor. Yeah.
Especially out of those 3 options. Apologies to the entire rest of my family who are teachers. It is a noble profession. It is not for me.
What about bank? You don't have any bankers in your family?
I don't think so. I think I would be a bad banker. I don't know. It doesn't seem interesting to me. Should people work on Christmas Day? No exclamation point. Only the jobs that are vital, and then they should be given time off in lieu. Yes, everyone should work 365 days of the year. I was gonna say no, but yeah, you got to have like emergency medical people, like first responders and stuff on call. So I'm gonna go only jobs that are vital, and then they should be given time off in lieu.
I'd really hate for Putin to attack us, and everybody was sipping on eggnog.
Yeah, I guess that would be a good time to do it if nobody worked on Christmas.
So, if someone were to invite you over for Christmas, what would you do? All right. A, thank them and join them. B, thank them but tell them how I have other Christmases to go to. Oh shit, I think I just saw my answer. 3, decline their offer.
I mean, B seems like the easy out.
Polite thing. Yeah.
I guess it depends on who it was, but odds are my answer is B. All right.
Would anyone really just tell somebody to take their Christmas invite and shove it? That seems
depends on who was asking.
That's true. Fair.
So I got 25% Scrooge, which is funny because I did this earlier just to test it out, and I got 30% Scrooge. So I don't know what I answered differently. What'd you get?
I got 35.
Nice. Good for you.
I wonder, weren't most of my answers the same as yours except for the ghost?
Well, maybe well, you saw a ghost, so that's definitely Scroogey. And you I don't know, but you had the snowman. I don't know. Maybe Scrooge likes a good snowman. I don't know.
Maybe.
Anyways, well, I don't know. That was fun. That was good. 10 or 12 minutes with some good banter.
Yeah.
That's it for the Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special. Next up, we will have a Series 2 episode out. Then we'll get back to the MCU ranking, starting with Black Widow, and that should be around the beginning of 2025. If you want to contact us, you can email us at absolutelythebestpodcast@gmail.com. You can join our Discord. There's a link in the show notes. We also have some links there to our socials and a couple ways you can help support the show. Please leave us a review and help us spread the word. Tell your friends, tell a baby Jesus, and tell a Scrooge. Thank you for listening, and happy holidays.
Happy holidays, y'all. The poor are a nation.
Absolutely the Best Podcast is a production of Audio Johnny, a subsidy of Corporation Johnny. Corporation Johnny. If it exists, we own them.